Best and worst heels for beginners. Today I'm teaching you which are the perfect heels that you should look for if you're starting out with heels. Mid-high heels are the best if you're starting out with high heels because they provide comfort all throughout and you can wear them longer. Now, if you get something like these types of heels which have stilettos, then they're not gonna last as long. Like this is maybe 30 minutes and these are torture shoes basically. I don't recommend that you get these heels. If you're gonna use them for pictures, then go ahead, but these are heels that if you're starting out with heels, you stay away from them. Also, I've talked about this. I met a girl at Christian Louboutin and she was buying a pair of Socates for her graduation. Huge mistake because you cannot be in them for too long. Mid-high heels are the way to go and you can walk in them and it's going to be a lot more comfortable. Mid-high heels also have pros. For example, they're easier to walk in and it helps you keep better balance overall, and they are just comfortable in general. So these right here, I want to explain to you why they don't work if you're a beginner. So basically with these, they hurt your feet really bad because they are very narrow and at the same time it doesn't have a platform, and when you compare the actual heel to the front of the heel where it's not really compensated, so you're not going to be able to stand on them for so long. It's also going to give your feet more pressure and that's going to make them uncomfortable. And if you're new to wearing heels, trust me, you do not want to learn to walk in heels with those shoes. Now I want to talk about platforms and regular heels. When it comes to platforms, they do have an advantage because basically imagine that this had a platform and then this part was a little bit higher. It would be better compensated with the actual high heel. Not to mention that platforms just even out your foot better. Think of wedges. Those are the best shoes to learn how to walk in high heels per se, even though they're not high heels. And that is because your foot is gonna be compensated, and with platforms, you're gonna have more longevity when you're walking in them. Now I wanna talk about block heels versus stilettos. So block heels are more comfortable to walk in, you're gonna have more longevity and you're gonna enjoy the shoe a lot more. Whereas if you get stilettos, where it's gonna be a lot more uncomfortable. Not to mention that block heels also provide a lot of stability on your ankles, and that's going to help you walk more comfortably and more secure of yourself because you know you're not gonna stumble and fall. Not only that, but they keep your foot in place. It's not gonna be wobbly or anything like that. You're gonna have pressure points like in the front of the shoe, and that's gonna make it more uncomfortable. And if you're walking around with uncomfortable shoes, well, you know, it's not gonna give you a good posture and it's just not gonna look very good. So these are the best and worst heels for beginners. When you're picking out a high heel, try them on first, and then unless they're Louboutins, but like a lot of heels nowadays, they do protect the sole of the shoe so that if you wear them, you can't return them, and that happens a lot. For example, Akosura has that, Christian Louboutin has that, so just keep an eye out for that. Start with inexpensive shoes and then eventually start pumping up your wardrobe so that you have shoes that you know you can walk in very comfortably. So for example, when I got these shoes, I was just obsessed because it was a trend that was happening at the moment and I really wanted them in this color. So I got myself a pair of Louboutins. The bad part about it is that I did wear them to walk around to several places, but it was very painful. Very uncomfortable. I did not have a good posture, so they became my guinea pigs here on my channel and I use them for my videos, but these are shoes that I definitely don't recommend for you to walk in. Christian Louboutin does also have tons of other shoes. I'm gonna be listing down some reviews that I have, but for the most part, you should always look for heels that are comfortable and that you know you can wear wherever you wanna go. But obviously, depending on where you go, that's the type of shoe that you like. I personally really like sandals and I like platforms, but that depends on you. Sandals for me, depending on the type of shoe, are easier to walk in. Platforms, you have to be a little bit more skilled when it comes to that because you can basically twist your foot and fall. So wait for platforms, don't get these, get other types of Louboutins if you want Christian Louboutin, and just feel confident in heels. They have beautiful styles. A brand that I really like that I think it's going to help you a lot is called Sam Edelman. They have very, very comfortable shoes. I'm talking about one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn is from that designer, and I love them, and I know you are going to love them as well. When it comes to design, I think the most beautiful ones for me are Aquassura. I can live in those shoes. I love all of their styles. I think they have unique pieces. I also really like Christian Louboutin. I think he is an amazing designer, but the shoes can be very narrow, and that's what really I don't like. So Aquassura, Christian Louboutin and Amina Muaddi have beautiful shoes. Also with Amina Muaddi, she has very unique designs. And I have a pair of sandals from her, and those sandals, I find them to be comfortable. The only thing is the strap, but those you can get away with because even though they don't have a platform, the heel height is still more conservative, and it's gonna make them more comfortable if you wanna walk in them. I'm gonna end the video right here. Thank you so much for watching. One of my shorts here on YouTube, well, actually two went viral. One has 4.8 million views, and the other one has over 1 million views. So thank you about that. I am extremely grateful. I never thought that me talking about shoes was going to be my best performing videos. Never in a million years did I think that. So thank you. It's good to know that millions of people resonate with my content. I'm very, very grateful, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye.